How did you find out about this position in Heritage?
I have been a president twice in my career in West Virginia, and was back in Mississippi at Tougaloo College. And actually, a friend told me about this position. It called me up and said, "I read about a school called Heritage University. They're looking for a president. If I had written a job description for you, this would be the one that I would write. So you need to take a look at it." And when I read it, I felt the same way.
What made Heritage different from other universities?
The commitment to access for all students and to providing a model of education that is hands-on, that is small class sizes, lots of personal attention, to make sure that students who come from different cultural backgrounds, from historically served backgrounds like being a first generation student like me, have all the support that they need to succeed. So what really speaks to me about Heritage is the access. All students are welcome. We are both a Native American, non-tribal serving university and a federally designated Hispanic serving university at the same time. And we welcome all students. So the access piece is there, and then the support piece is there to make sure that students are going to succeed and graduate, which is proven out by our high retention rates and our high graduation rates.
Yeah, as I was reading up on you a little bit yesterday, I did notice that was sort of a common theme, making sure that everyone gets education. Can you speak a little bit to why that really, why you're so interested in that?
Sure. I grew up on a little farm on a country road in Mississippi, and somebody said to me, "How are you going to feel about being in such a rural place?" And I looked around and I'm like, this isn't really a rural place compared to where I grew up. The hops fields on either side of us and across the street feel like the cornfields of my youth in Mississippi. My grandfather quit school in the first grade, could barely read and write. I was reading for him by the time that I was 5 years old, yet it was his passion that I'd be the first person in our family to go to college. And so it was instilled in me by my family from an early age that education changes lives, and that a lot of people sacrificed a lot to give me the opportunities that I've had, so that I need to do everything that I can to give back to the next generation of students.
Okay. You just spoke a little bit about your past, but can you just tell me a little bit about what positions you've held, a little bit, I guess, about your journey to where you are today?
Sure. Yeah, I love the word journey that you used. The queen of Southern gospel music, Vestal Goodman, says in her old song, "I would take nothing for my journey now." And that's how I feel. My journey was deliberate and chosen. It hasn't been random in any way. I have served 3 historically black colleges and universities in Mississippi, 1 Hispanic serving institution in Colorado, and as president of 2 Appalachian colleges with a really high degree of first-gen students in West Virginia. So I have chosen a career path toward minority serving institutions because I know what it is to grow up rural. I know what it is to grow up poor. I know what it is to have big dreams in a small town, and maybe some people in the small town believe that you're going to achieve those dreams, and some people might not bet a quarter on the fact that you would. That was little Chris Gilmer when I was growing up. We have students here from all socioeconomic levels, but we still have, even all these years later, after I was in college, lots of students, more than 80%, that are going to be the first in their family to go to college. I understand that lived experience. I may come from a different cultural background. I may speak a different language than some of them. I may be from a different geography, but I know what it's like for the hopes of your whole family to be pinned on you, and to be able to lift a whole family out of multi-generational poverty. So I hope that in some ways sharing my story with our students and listening to them share theirs will span the age gap between us, will span the geographical gap between us, and they'll be able to be an inspiration for me, and I'll be able to be a little bit of a role model for them.
What are you hoping to do here at Heritage?
I hope to continue on the really strong foundation that is already here. I'm only the fourth president of Heritage University, so we're a relatively young university, but we've accomplished a whole lot in a really short time. There's every possibility that I'll be the president for the 50th anniversary celebration, which comes in about 8 years. And I want us to be able to raise funds, not only in the state of Washington, but raise funds and raise awareness of Heritage University on a national level to try to bring all the resources into the small rural community. Our students deserve the same access to the very best that the world has to offer that every other student, maybe in a big city, maybe in a more affluent community might have. Our kids here in Toppenish and at our campus in the Tri-Cities deserve that same thing. So we're going to be putting a significant emphasis on raising funds, while we're going to pay attention to serving the needs of the communities we were founded to serve, the Yakima people and all of the people of this valley. We're going to elevate the reputation of Heritage nationwide. One way we're going to do that is through kicking off the Sister Kathleen Ross Center, which is named after our founding president and a landmark leader in higher education. That center is going to provide faculty development for faculty here, but it's also going to give our faculty and our staff who have really perfected the model of serving the population of students we serve, first-gen students. It's going to give them the opportunity to be validated nationally as experts in educating these students. And Heritage is going to have a national calling card of being recognized for what it is that we do so well. So those are some of the things that we want to build on. We have degree programs that are very responsive to the communities we serve. We have degrees all the way from the associate through the master's degree, so people can get scalable credentials with us. They don't have to leave home to be able to do it. If they are a registered member of the Yakima Nation, there's scholarship programs that make it at no cost to them. Any other student from any background, we have scholarships and federal and state financial aid that makes it very financially feasible to come to Heritage. So, we just invite everybody to come on home to Heritage University, be a part of our family. I use that word deliberately because I think that's what we are here. And I'm not special in any way, but I'm just the newest member of that long line of Heritage family.
Yeah, speaking of Heritage family, you mentioned that you're the fourth president of this university. What makes you different from the first three?
That's a good question. Right now I'm seeing more similarities than I am differences. The similarities are that since Sister Kathleen and some women from the Yakima Nation saw a need and founded the university here, it was founded on the belief that every student is college material. You've heard that term, and I put it in quotes. In fact, I was told that in my childhood. You didn't come with the same pedigree that everybody else came with. You're not college material. Everybody should have the opportunity to go to college. It should be a right. It shouldn't be a privilege. And I believe all of the presidents leading up to me and including me believed that in common. One thing that may differentiate me a little bit is while I am absolutely committed to serving in every way the communities that we were founded to serve, I believe that what we have created here, what they created before I arrived, I take no credit for it, is so special and so unique in American higher education that I want to take it out and share it with the whole country, and I want to take it out and share it with the world. This will bring resources into the university that allow us to serve our local communities, and it'll also increase and create a deserved national reputation for what it is that Heritage does so well.
How do you plan to share heritage with the world?
Well, one example of that is I'm keynoting an international conference next week in Honolulu. And it's a conference that we're going to do a presentation about minority serving institutions and what is unique and special and why they're important. And I'll be standing up in front of people from every state and lots of other countries as the president of Heritage University, as the proud president of Heritage University. That's a way of marketing what we do at Heritage to the whole world. And that's just one example. I believe Heritage has a role because we have 2 federal minority serving institution designations. Most schools that have them have only one, to take a leadership role in bringing minority serving institutions, of which there are about 700 in the country, together so that we can have strength in numbers and we can learn from each other and we can create opportunities for their students to come here and learn from us, our students to go there and learn from them. So, I always say the president, and this will be my 3rd time, is the storyteller in chief for any institution, and the head cheerleader. Those are 2 roles that the president ought to always fill. So I'll be going out far and wide and at the local grocery store and post office to spread the word of Heritage University.
You did mention that this isn't your first time being the president of a university. How is your experience as president of other universities going to help you here?
I think that I have experienced the leadership and the management of every aspect of a university twice now. So I have to have learned something along the way. So, I have experienced leading in lean financial times and in robust financial times. I experienced leading a university through the COVID-19 pandemic, when in 2 weeks' time we had to move from face-to-face to fully online instruction, and then we had to move back. I have led during times when enrollments have been high, as they are now at Heritage, or low. So I think the range and the diversity of the experience that I've learned along the way are all things that are going to empower me to be a strong president from the very first day. I also believe in empowering the leadership of others. I always say if there's only one leader in the room, then the person who thinks that he or she is the leader, is not too smart, because one of the main jobs of a leader is to empower the leadership ability of all the people around them. And that's something that I hope to do here at Heritage as well.
I know it's only your 3rd day, but do you have any plans for any big sweeping changes around here, or do you sort of want to see how the school runs for a little bit before proposing something a little bit different?
Sure. The school is in very good shape. The school's in good shape financially. The enrollment numbers were strong last year and are strong, portending for this fall. I am fortunate to have not inherited a crisis of any kind. I've inherited a university that's in a position of strength, which means that I have the luxury of taking a little time, and I'm going to do that. I don't think anybody who knows me would ever accuse me of being spontaneous. I am one who listens and listens again and gathers all the information that you can gather to try to make data-driven and heart-driven decisions at the same time. So no, I don't plan to make any sweeping changes in the early days, because if something's not broken, why fix it? What I plan to do is build on the many existing strengths that are already here, and try to find pathways to amplify those strengths.
You did just mention that you were fortunate to have a university that's sort of a high point when you came in. Let's say if Heritage wasn't doing so well, would that have affected your decision on whether you took this job or not?
Absolutely, it would not have affected my decision. This is where I wanted to be. I said, excuse me, I said to my spouse when I looked at the job description, they're going to attract the best people in the whole world who are going to want to come to Heritage, lots and lots of them. What are the odds that the place that I want to be was going to choose me. This wasn't a random application for me. I don't have an ego need to feel anymore. I've checked that box twice already. So I feel that it is intended for me to be here based on the fact that I chose them first, and then lo and behold, they chose me as well. So I feel like that's something that's a signal from the universe that is bigger than me, that this is where I am. This is where I'm supposed to be. This isn't a stepping stone to me to try to go anywhere else. This is a culmination of a career spent in higher education. You know, I have managed universities that had significant financial challenges before, significant enrollment challenges before. So I'm just pleased that I don't greet any of those things on my way into the presidency here. But if a word would be applied by people who know me to me, it'd probably be fearless. So it wouldn't have discouraged me from coming to Heritage if the university had been on a different path.
But how long have you been working in higher education?
I have to calculate and recalculate that sometimes myself. My very first teaching position was while I had just finished a master's degree, and that takes us all the way back to 1989. But then I did spend about 10 years in the nonprofit sector before I devoted myself full-time to higher education. So I started a full-time career in higher education at Tougaloo College in Jackson, Mississippi in 1999.
All right. And then how are you liking were you at all familiar with Central Washington before you came here?
I was not familiar with Central Washington when I came here. One of the things that my family committed to is that we really, for what is probably going to be the last professional chapter of my career, but hopefully a long and flourishing one, we wanted to experience a different culture. We wanted to experience a different place than we'd ever had the opportunity to be before. And so we were excited about coming somewhere that's different. And you know, yet that it's different, what strikes me more than anything else is how similar it is. When I drive here every morning and I pass cherry orchards and vines with hops, and I pass grapevines and apple trees and all of those things literally in one of the agricultural centers of the world, takes me all the way back to where my life started as the son and the grandson of sharecroppers and subsistence farmers back in Mississippi. And though it's different, it already has been very easy for it to start feeling like home.
And then that's about all the questions I have. Is there anything that I missed that you would like to say?
I mean, I'm filled with words, as you can tell. I don't think you missed anything. In particular, you know, I would just say that I'll share this with you. As I was driving in this morning, I heard a song that is one of my favorite songs, and I just thought maybe this is the message I need to hear today. And it's Jewel, and the song is called My Father's Daughter, and she says this lyric, and it just embodies everything that I am and everything I believe. She says, I am the accumulation of the dreams of generations. And so, you know, my family willed me into existence out of the cotton fields of Mississippi and sacrificed everything they had for me to be able to sit in this chair and talk to somebody like you today. So I don't take that lightly. That means I have a huge sense of responsibility to pay it forward. And all the students here at Heritage are the accumulation of the dreams of the generations of their family. So I look forward to my heritage and their heritage coming together as one.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. It's so nice to meet you.
Could I get